Starting off at a few cents, Bitcoin has grown to a value of 10,000 US dollars a token, all through the power of decentralized consensus. Did you miss out on that? What if we told you that there is yet another opportunity to take advantage of the crypto boom in its infancy? As the market cap of cryptocurrencies continues to increase, watch your portfolio grow along. How can you be a part of it? Introducing Hyperfund, the world's most comprehensive digital finance ecosystem. Leveraging on the power of the community, be a part of the world's strongest blockchain alliance with strategic partnerships and top exchanges around the world. No hassle, no fuss, with just one app. Benefit from the long-term growth of innovative digital assets within the ecosystem. Participate in private token sales not available anywhere else. Get access to world-class education on blockchain and cryptocurrency. We welcome you, a robust community with like-minded individuals. Be a member of Hyperfund today, and you'll not only know what freedom means, but live and breathe it. Will you miss out on the next opportunity too?
Hey, it's Marcia Grant. I'm really excited. I'm introducing you to a new project that I've just got involved in. It's a passive income project, which I'm really excited about. And this is for the Mint Club, the Mint Lifestyle Club, where we are focusing on making money, investing in networking and traveling. Right now, the emphasis is on making money. So we're talking about money-making activities. And this, for me, is a very, very good way of developing what we call a passive income. We trade, we teach people how to trade, we buy silver and gold, we get involved in so many other different projects. But the last kind of piece to the jigsaw puzzle was actually creating a passive income, where you literally get an income daily and you can, if you want, compound that. Without getting into too much detail, basically the company is called the Hyperfund Global, and the founders behind this are amazing, absolutely amazing. One specific founder, his name is Ryan XU. He's a self-made multi-billionaire, and he's responsible for all these particular companies. Some of these names you are familiar with. And the question simply is, would you partner with this group? Okay, would you like to partner with a group like this? And I sure would. So for me, it's a no-brainer. And as we move on, basically to get in, you have to understand the benefits. And the main three benefits right now is the Mars Academy, okay, which gives you access to spot on crypto knowledge. Okay, so if you're looking for a university that just gets straight to the point in block sizes, a minute and a half, 2 minutes max, explaining the blockchain and the crypto world, then for me, that is an investment in itself. Also, being able to earn anywhere between 0.5 and 1% per day interest on your money immediately, every day. And then another thing that's important is having access to pre-sale offers at massively huge discounts, anywhere between 20 to 30% below market value. That alone is tremendous, tremendous, tremendous value. So here we are, we choose our membership packages. We can come in at $300 as a partnership, $500, they're one-off memberships, by the way. So $300 one-off, $500, $1,000 or $10,000. And the company will double your membership value. They will double your membership value. So in other words, if you pay $300 within 12, 13 months, I say 13 months, you'll actually be getting $600. And that's without compounding. So, I mean, you tell me where you can double your money in a year, that's just tremendous for literally doing nothing. When I say nothing, obviously, you're going to have to take the first step, which is to invest. But it's just unheard of. And I've just explained earlier why they're able to double your money is because they have so many corporations behind them that they've literally invested in the blockchain technology and technology as a whole. And we all know that is just literally, that industry is just going through the roof now. And also I did mention compounding. And basically, if you was to reinvest your stakes, I'll give you an example. If if you put in $10,000 and bought a $10,000 membership, you would be earning roughly 5% a day, or 0.5%. And I'll say that again, 0.5% a day, which is about $50. Now, $50 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but $50 a day on a $10,000 investment, passive, is great returns, okay? Secondly, you are allowed to rebuy and reinvest that. So you can take that money and reinvest it straight back in so that you're compounding it. And if you was to do that for a year, just for a year, all of a sudden, the 1,500 that you would be expecting to get. So I'll show you this slide. This is without the compounding. So without the compounding, if you put $10,000 in, you'll be getting $50 a day times 30 days, roughly $1,500 a month times 13 months. It's just under 20,000. That's still good money. 0.5% is still good money. All right. But what I'm saying is if you was to you see, because you're getting paid daily, you can reinvest the profit. And if you was to reinvest the profit that you're getting, now you're talking about $100,000 in a year's time because of the compounding. So you're literally taking 10,000 and growing it to 100,000 within 12, 13 months. Now that is just a game changer. Imagine you've got a potential of taking $10,000 and turning it into 100,000 within a year. That's 10x your money. Imagine if you did that again for another year. So you took 100,000 and you 10x that. Then you've got about, I think it's about 10 million. Yeah, it's just unheard of. Absolutely. No, it's not 10 million, it's 1 million. Forgive me. So this is just a no-brainer for me. And if you are interested, you just literally click on my link and join my team. You'll get all the support you need. I'm a professional trainer and I'll be supporting you step by step by step. I'll be holding your hand, coaching you. You'll be joining our community and you can change your life. Okay, this is Master Grant. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check my account. I actually purchased a package yesterday for my Hyper Fund, which I'm so excited about. And I'm just going to check it now to see if I've actually earned the interest. So basically, I'm going to be getting 0.5% per day. So you put $1,000 in and you're going to get 0.5% per day. Now, I know some people don't even get that in a year and you can get that every day. But what's even more exciting is that they give you a bonus. So I deposited $1,000 and they're going to give me 3 times that just because I actually, I put in £1,000 actually. So that was $1,300 and something. So they're giving me 3 times that. So let's just check that I've got that bonus. I put $1,300 somewhere around there. And look, 3 times that. Yep. So they've given me that as a bonus. So I'm really excited about that. So that's leverage. Now, I've got that money. Okay, there it is. I've just made literally 3 times my money, but I don't get it out straight away. So I've made 3 times of my money, but I can't get it out immediately. I'll get it back at 0.5%. So I'll never get back my deposit. My deposit's gone. I've invested that, right? But what am I getting back in return is 0.5% per day. And I'm allowed to compound that. So I'm allowed to reinvest it back in to accumulate even more. You understand what I'm saying? And I can withdraw as well as I'm going along. So that money that I get back as interest, I can actually withdraw it. You understand? So my money is working for me and it's a passive income. I don't have to do anything. It's like buying a house and getting a rental income back. So for every $1,000 that I'm investing, I'm getting a rental income of 0.5% on a daily basis. Now that just makes sense to me, especially in a time like this when we're in lockdown. I don't really want to be dealing with tenants and all the headache and legal stuff and everything. This is a very simple structure. So I'm happy with that. So let me see if I've actually received any, what I call, interest. So let's go over here and have a look and see if I've received any interest. So where am I going to look to see if I've seen any interest? Let's come over here. And these are the packages that I bought, 1,000, then I bought a 300, okay? And this is the leverage. So you can see I spent 1,000 US. HU, just change it to USD, it's just digital, okay? So that's equivalent, HU is equivalent to USDT, All right, so that's 1,000 and 1,300. That's what I bought. I couldn't buy any more because I only had $1,340 or something like that. So you come over there and you can see that they've rewarded me 3 times. They've given me 3 times the leverage. So I'm happy about that. And I want to buy some more membership. So I have to have $50 minimum before I can reinvest. And so what I want to do now is have a look and see how much I've actually earned as commission. And so where do I go to see that information? Just let's keep going around. We'll come over here and let's look. Yep. Okay. Rewards. There's my rewards. I've earned 6.5. So how many days will it take me to accumulate $50? Well, if I'm getting 6.5 on $1,000, then roughly what, 7 days, 8 days, somewhere around there. In 7-8 days time, I'll have enough to go and buy another package and reinvest back in so that I can actually compound and earn more. But there is a faster way of me getting more. And that is, let's say I ramp it up and I put $10,000 in. Instead of waiting 7-8 days for me to be able to get another $50, I literally be getting that every day. So I'll be getting $50 literally every day. So that's really, so the more you invest now is the quicker you can actually compound. And to cut long story short, basically, fast forward a year from now, if you kept doing this, and 10,000 would go to 100,000. Literally, 10,000 would be 100,000 in a year, or 1,000 would be 10,000 in a year. So I am now going to put another $1,000 in, all right, because I'm really excited about this. So how am I going to do that? Basically, I'll show you in another video. But right now, this is very good. By tomorrow, that would have been $13 US. And as you can hear, without me doing anything, this is piling up. And I can either take that $50 out if I don't want to compound it, all right? I would show that in another video, or I would just reinvest it back in. So let's pretend I'd accumulated 50 USD. So as I said, HU is just a token, but in the end, the value of that is 6.5 USD, 1-to-1. So let's pretend that I have already accumulated $50. I'd come over here, I'd press this button here, and then I would then just press this one here to buy here. Press submit, I put my security number in, and I would just buy another $50. And that's how I would do it. Thank you so much for your time. Get back to the person who showed you this presentation in this video. If it was me, you know what to do. Sign up under my link. If it was somebody else, you sign up, go back to that person and sign up with them. Thank you.
Hypertech Group is a diversified blockchain services enterprise that aims to develop leading blockchain applications that will become forerunners in the blockchain industry. Founded in 2014, the group pulls together its resources from its network of listed companies and more than 300 investment institutions to accelerate the economy towards a digital future. By expanding its portfolio of businesses that span across the industry, the group aims to drive innovation and development in all areas of blockchain. As the group expands, the scale of the Hypertech ecosystem also increases. Currently, the group has built a diversified portfolio consisting of Hyperbank, Hyperpay, Hyperfin, HPX, Hypermining, Hypercash, Hypertalk, Hypernews, Hypermall, and Hypershow. These businesses provide services that cover areas of e-commerce, asset custody, asset management, digital currency wallets, decentralized exchanges, cross-chain capabilities, public chain systems, blockchain-based social platforms, and blockchain media. Through the establishment of an effective decentralized governance structure, Hypertech has bridged the operational gap amongst different industries, enabling different businesses to integrate, share resources, and achieve interoperability. As a pioneer in the blockchain industry, Hypertech Group is committed to creating value for society, creating benefits for shareholders, and inspiring its employees to grow. It is a global technology company trusted and respected by the public. Standing strong in its beliefs, Hypertech Group will continue to explore blockchain applications, provide users with more blockchain services, and pilot the development of the blockchain industry.
All right, so I would like to welcome everybody to our Monday Opportunity Overview call. So let's go ahead and get straight into it now. I would like to welcome you all to a very, very exciting opportunity in 2021, the next evolution of the blockchain and crypto industry. Now, before we get into it, I do want to make it very, very clear that I am an independent community builder for this opportunity, and that I am purely providing this presentation to you for informational and educational purposes only, that I am not a financial advisor, and this presentation should not be considered solicitation, investment, or financial advice. Every individual on this presentation today is encouraged to consult with a qualified professional to do their own extensive due diligence and to evaluate the inherent risks on their own. Okay, that being said, your continued attendance at this meeting indicates that you willingly accept these terms. All right, let's get into the fun stuff now. Here's what we're going to cover. We're going to get into 6 main points here. First, what's in it for you? Second, what this opportunity is. Third, who's behind it. Fourth, how this all works. Fifth, how you can get involved. And sixth, we're going to break the ice and show you a few things so you can see just how real this opportunity is. So first, what's in it for you? Well, plain and simple, by joining this opportunity and participating, you will get rewarded on a daily basis for your contribution. You will get access to some awesome education that is growing and being developed. And you will also get access to exclusive private token pre-sales and learn a lot of insights in the industry, get first insight and first dibs on a lot of exciting things before anybody else can know about it. So there you go. Now, once you find out who is behind this, this will probably look a little more exciting. So next, we're going to talk about what this is. What this is this is a crypto and blockchain community that you can get together with some awesome people, but it's much, much better than that. When you join this community, you are able to leverage a very, very unique and innovative system that has been created by some of the most well-respected, powerful, and influential people in the entire industry, bar none. And they have created something very, very special that average, everyday people can take advantage of, and they can get access to something that the average everyday person normally doesn't get access to, something that typically only the elites in the crypto and blockchain industry were privy to. So let's get into that. First, I'm sure I may have gotten your attention by talking about some of the most powerful, influential people in the entire industry. So let me get into who those are. And I want you all to listen very, very carefully, because who is behind any opportunity is the single most important thing, and it will decide whether a company will succeed or it will fail. And it has been proven and true every single time without fail. No matter how great the opportunity is, this is everything. So let me introduce some crypto giants who have done some very amazing things in the industry. What we are talking about here is we are talking about a very powerful conglomerate of companies known as the Hypertech Group. And these 3 companies in question are Collinstar Capital, Blockchain Global, and Hcash Foundation. So what have these guys done that have made them so impressive and make them stand out? Well, first of all, they have one of the strongest track records, and they have been around longer than most, just about every single company in the industry. They have a more than 6-year track record, and the industry itself is only about 10 years old. And in these 6 years, they have managed to collectively invest hundreds of millions of dollars, the upwards of $400 to $500 million. And they have helped incubate, invested in, and also consulted some of the most successful blockchain companies and crypto exchanges in the entire world. And over time, they've managed to own equity and own outright more than 40 world-class crypto exchanges. And they've even invested millions of dollars in prestigious universities, the top ones in the entire world, to build their own blockchain laboratory where they're developing cutting-edge technology set to disrupt entire industries. Not only have they established an impressive portfolio and done amazing things in the industry, but they're also working with and supported by Fortune 500 companies and governments around the world, which gets us to their equity portfolio. Well, Their equity portfolio, you might know some of these companies, you may not, but these are some of the most recognizable names in the entire industry. BW being the world's largest mining company in existence, having mined hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin, millions of Ethereum, and Tron, I'm sure all of you know, Eternity, Binance, Huobi. These are some of the biggest names in the industry, and the collective market valuation of their equity portfolio is over $10 billion. These are some massive projects that they own a very big piece of. So why should you trust them? Let's kind of boil it down to four main reasons. Well, first of all, their 6-year proven track record with over 500 million in strategic investments. Second, they already have millions of users across multiple exchanges, platforms, and wallets that are owned by the group. They have billions of dollars cumulatively under management, and the investment projects that Colin Star Capital has managed and advised have provided people with up to 19,000% in growth, which is absolutely incredible. So let's run some numbers here, okay? These three exchanges, BW, Who, CoinW, they're three of the exchanges that they own outright. Let's just say that they make 1 cent per transaction, okay? 1 cent per transaction. You see here, this is pulled from CoinMarketCap. This is their daily trading volume. This is massive. Hundreds of millions of dollars, more than $1 billion in volume amongst these three exchanges. So let's say they make 1 cent per transaction. That means they are making millions of dollars a day in pure profit from just 3 of their exchanges. That doesn't include anything else that they own equity in, that they're working with. And this is by far one of the largest operations in the entire blockchain and crypto industry, bar none. So let's kind of explain the nuts and bolts of how this whole thing works. So as you all know, companies in the crypto and blockchain space, and not just about anywhere, they tremendously value users. Multi-billion-dollar corporations such as Facebook, Google, Amazon, they are massively successful because they have the largest and most loyal user bases in the entire world. Users are everything. Any product or service or vision cannot be realized if you do not have users. Without users, you are useless. Companies in the crypto and blockchain space know this, and they're willing to spend tens of millions of dollars or even more sometimes to attract users to their projects or to their tokens. Now, with this system, you have a conglomerate of very powerful companies. They have a lot of resources at their disposal. They're able to leverage all of these resources. They're able to acquire and incubate innovative projects. They're able to get them listed on big exchanges virtually for free. And then they're able to get all the media exposure it needs, and of course, give it the technology it needs. But something happens when you put a community behind this, okay? When you put us behind it, when we all come together and collectively pool our resources together with the company, they're able to do something that nobody else can do. They're able to drastically lower the costs and risks involved, and together with the power of the community, they're able to increase the value long-term of their diversified portfolio, and this creates a win-win situation. But that's just one aspect of it. I mean, on top of this highly profitable portfolio, they're developing an entire ecosystem, a decentralized finance ecosystem. And for those of you who don't know DeFi, decentralized finance, it started off last year, maybe 2019, with about $1 billion. And now it's a $13 to $14 billion plus industry. It's grown that much in just 1 year. And this is going on to be the future of the industry. This essentially gives average everyday people an opportunity to get involved in the finance industry. And these guys are capitalizing on some of the most profitable industries out there, like social media, crypto mining, e-commerce, news, digital banking, and fintech. They are building an entire blockchain-based ecosystem and all of these apps are all going to be highly profitable apps, some of them already profitable and have been around for years. They're adding massive value and revenue streams and revolutionizing the entire industry as we know it. I mean, just to briefly talk here, I'm sure you guys know with the new guidelines being released with WhatsApp and Facebook not being as safe as we thought, the need for a blockchain-based encrypted chat app is super, super important as people value their privacy. And this gives the power back to the people and gives them an opportunity to participate in all these exciting blockchain-based opportunities that will just absolutely change everything we know about the industry. And another exciting aspect is their Hyper card. Their card is very, very impressive in a way that there is nothing that comes even close to the withdrawal and spending limits that this can offer. Their top level card has no withdrawal limits and you can spend up to $50,000 per day. That is true freedom. This card is absolutely amazing in what it's capable of, and it's an absolute game changer. So brings us to the next point, which is, well, how do you get involved? So of course, there's a lot you can learn, all right? There's a lot of moving parts here. Some people might get overwhelmed, but getting involved and starting is a lot more simple than you could imagine. All you'd have to do really to get started is download an app or go to a website, register an account using a sign-up link by the person who invited you here, deposit some cryptocurrency into the app, and then you purchase your membership for as little as $300, and that's all you need to get started. And you will start to get your daily rewards, you'll get access to the academy, and you get access to all of the exciting benefits that this community has to offer. All right, so now that you know about getting started, now we're gonna break the ice and I'm gonna show you some things so you can see just how big this opportunity is. I'd like to introduce to you two of the creators of this awesome conglomerate and awesome opportunity. Sam Lee, the chairman of the Hypertech Group, and Ryan Shu, the founder of the Hypertech Group. All right, so these guys have done an amazing amount of things throughout the years. As you've seen, they have an incredible track record with the companies they've built, but they've garnered worldwide recognition. Sam Lee himself has appeared on many reputable media outlets to be interviewed for his expertise, such as Sky News, CNN, a Microsoft executive, and the Financial Review as well interviewed Ryan, which you see what's behind Ryan there is one of their Bitcoin mining farms, which that was their first start with cryptocurrency in the cryptocurrency industry. Back before we even knew what this stuff was, they were mining tens of thousands of Bitcoins in strategically placed mining facilities where they had the lowest energy costs. And over then, of course, as you guys know, Bitcoin has been on an absolute warpath, and the massive rise of Bitcoin over the years and them being some of the earliest pioneers allowed them to go on to build the empire and all of the reputation and the track record that they have today. And Ryan himself is a best-selling author of a famous book in Southeast Asia. He is very well known in the industry. He's been interviewed by massive news outlets, and they have government connections that span all the way to the Securities and Exchange Commission chairman of Montenegro, the president of Switzerland, the ambassador of Indonesia and minister of trade, the prime minister of Pakistan, the Russian government, and of course their home base where all the companies originated, the Australian government, with which one of their companies has the world's first formal and legally binding agreement, a memorandum of understanding with the Australian government's Trade and Investment Commission, which is absolutely incredible because what they have done is they've absolutely transformed the industry, and they have been recognized by many governments around the world. They've done massive high-level partnerships. They have won funding to open more than a dozen government-funded blockchain education centers in many locations around the world. And they are continuing to do very high-level projects with governments around the world and actively seek regulation and expansion in many countries. And of course, opening up exchanges with the full license and approval and the blessings of the many governments that they work with. And of course, the universities that they work with are not small fish either. We're talking about the top 1% most prestigious universities in the entire world, documented and evident on their official websites, such as Hong Kong Polytechnic, Monash University, and Purdue University, where you can see that they have signed multi-million-dollar agreements, given them grants, and even opened their own blockchain laboratory where they are currently researching and developing cutting-edge technology and working with some of the most renowned experts in the industry, such as Dr. Joseph Liu, the creator of Monero, one of the top cryptocurrencies out there today. And of course, many government documents will indicate what these incredible companies have done and will show the clear affiliation with the Australian government. And what they've done has been recognized also by many other media outlets, such as Business Wire by Berkshire Hathaway. They have done things such as invest over $10 million in Chinese mining chip technology. They acquired BW, one of the world's largest mining companies, back in 2017 for $100 million cash. They established a $300 million blockchain fund where they invested and incubated some of the most innovative and promising projects of their time. And even most recently, the Hcash Foundation, that is developing the most incredible technology on the industry today, has been formally recognized by CSIRO, Australia's national science agency, a government agency. They have been recognized, you'll see here, as the most efficient technology in the entire world that's absolutely cutting edge. It's exclusively licensed and patented to Australian developer Hcash, and you will see that it has a wide variety of uses around the world. And this is no small feat to get featured and to get recognized by the Australian government's national science agency. And to put the final icing on the cake here, Ryan himself is featured in his very own episode of a very well-known blockchain documentary called Next Blockchain on Amazon Prime. His episode is known as The Players, where it's a great episode. I highly recommend anyone who has time watches it, and they learn all about these guys' incredible journey from nothing, just pure pioneers and believers, into some of the biggest people in this entire industry and most influential, which we're going to go ahead and wrap this up now by showing you just a little clip so you can see exactly who you're working with here.
The ideal of and belief in equality and freedom. But its crazy growth at an early age reduced it to becoming something driven by greed and lust. Bitcoin's price hit $1,000 in 2014. Trading volume also increased by 50% compared with the previous year. But just at this moment, a winter came.
我还记得非常清楚，就是有一年就比特币跌到最低谷的时候，当时我们挖矿，其实挖矿都变成了根本就不赚钱。我开完矿机，每天挖的比特币都不够付电费，所以当时大家真的是非常绝望。
人民币的8000跌到了那个2、3千这样的一个阶段，再到14年底、15年初，跌到了1000以下人民币。
当时想过停机，但是我们并没有这么做。虽然停机才是就正确的，就是不亏钱的选择。
14年的年底是最惨的，大家可以看到，时候大量矿工是关机，像这个内蒙古的矿场基本上就全部都关了。
整个很多矿场哀鸿遍野，很多矿场不得不那个甩卖、关门停产。
矿场关闭，第二个就是有一些相对老的这个型号，矿工他的机器也只有关闭或者卖给那些有这个最低的电力成本的人。再下就是矿机企业消失，那么当时看海外的很多矿机企业消失。
那我们当时的想法是，就现在整个比特币网络就剩这么一点点算力了。如果我们再关机的话，那可能比特币真的会死掉，因为没有矿工再替他打工了，就再也没有人为他提供安全的保护了。那我们当时的想法就是，我们如果作为他的信仰者，我们一定要坚持到最后一刻，我们要守护比特币网络到最后一刻。就我们总觉得这个能改变世界，但是最后发现这个行业能容纳的这个资金和人是这么的少。就当比特币一路从$1300跌到$150的时候，就我觉得这个行业是当时是真正的信仰者和守望者是非常无奈的，甚至有点绝望。
So all that being said, you guys are probably wondering, well, why didn't I share with you kind of a happy-go-lucky, exciting video? Well, it's because I wanted you guys to see something more realistic, and I wanted you to see somebody in their darkest hour to show you who they truly are. So that was one of the hardest times for the blockchain and crypto industry. Pure greed and lust had fueled the industry, had made the price of Bitcoin go all the way up to $1,300, then to crash down to 150. And back then, Ryan was one of the top crypto miners in the entire industry. And you see, as based in the video, that everyone was in despair. There were mountains of miners everywhere, mining companies disappearing left and right, and it was no longer profitable. That was one of the most difficult times where it would have been the logical thing to do to just cut his losses and quit. But Ryan was a true believer in the industry, and despite all the odds being against him, the fact that he was losing money and everyone thought he was crazy to keep going, he didn't give up. He kept fighting, and he knew that if he stopped, the whole industry would probably just collapse because most miners were just ready to give up. And we would not have Bitcoin today. We would not have cryptocurrency as we know it today if people like Ryan didn't stand up and not give up. So I wanted to show you guys that during one of the hardest times in the industry, Ryan stood up against all odds and he did not give up. He refused to yield even when he was losing money, which shows you he is a true believer in the industry. He is here for the right reasons, and he is not here just to make money. He was here when he was losing money, and he is still here today, even though he doesn't have to be. So the final question, which is up to everybody on this call to answer, is, do you believe that that is the type of person you want to follow? Is that the kind of person who has the morals and integrity and is actually doing something for the greater good of the industry that you want to follow? The answer to that question and the choice is all up to you.